Dear students, in today's lecture, we will discuss about the basics of data grid, how we can done the basic programming with a data grid. Data grid control is a very handy, easy to use and favorite in the developers because we can easily manage the data using data grids within a small window, and we can perform many operations within the same window by very less coding. In this example, we are using a sample database. Our database name is a worker1, and it has a one table, that is EMP table, having us 5 columns, that is EMP number, ename, job, cell and depth number, in which EMP number is a primary key. When we have to work with the database, so in that case, to use a data grid, we need a database connection. It can be done by any of the method. Either we can establish the connection using wizard, that is database explorer, or we can do it manually by using programming. Uh, I will show you the both method, but when we write the code for the any application, so it is recommended that you should establish the connection using the programming. But a simplest way to establish the connection and to set the path of the connection string, we use the data wizard. In data wizard, click right mouse and then select add connection. In this connection, it shows that your default uh, database accessor is Microsoft Access. You can change it if you are using the SQL Server or any other database, but I'm using Access, so by default it is selected at Microsoft Access file, that is a OLEDB file. Now we have to browse the database. So my database resides in a document and its name is worker1. I open the database, and now a basic first thing we have to do, check the connection whether we have successfully established the connection with the database as well the table or not. This is very important part, because if we have successfully established the connection, it means we have no problem to work with the any of the tables. One thing noted here, our database can have one or more than one tables in a database. For example, we are taking a one table, but if we have a more than one tables, we can easily manage those tables by just referencing their name in the coding. We will see how we can refer the name of the table. So first of all, select the worker 1.mdb, and you will see in the property window there is a property named connection string. This connection string contain all the path of the database and its related information. So if we have to put this information in our program, just select this string, copy the string, and you can easily put the path in your connection string. We will see later that how we can write the code in a connection string. A second part of it, it's a data grid. uh, Data grid is a component. You can add the data grid from the category data controls. It has lots of controller there, but we have to select the data grid and place the form. After that, we have create the 5 buttons. First button is a load button, which will load the all the data in a data grid, and second is a clear, which will clear the grid, sorting the data in a grid, filter and exit from the program. So draw these button by naming their button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, this is not a good practice to naming the button by button 1, button 2, button 3, but rather you have to write the BT load, BT clear, BT sort, BT filter extra. But for the simplicity I am using this. So now first after that double click on load. Now the code window will be displayed. In a code window, first we have to if we have to manually write the establish the connection rather than using the wizard. So we have to import the two libraries. One is system.data and second one is a OLEDB. I told you earlier we are using the access and our default driver, data driver or engine between the application and access is a OLEDB. If you are using the SQL server, then in that case their default driver engine will be the SQL server as well. So we have to declare the four variables. This is the most important point to understand. We are using the data adapter. Data adapter is a disk work in a disconnected mode. First one. Second one, to work with a disconnected mode, it has to create the data set from the table which contains all the rows of a given table in a memory. So that memory where the all the data is stored, we take it as that it is a data set of a particular table. So we can say that if as we can see that in my database there is a one table that is EMP. So if I consider it as in a data adapter hierarchy, so I have a table that is EMP. In a EMP table, all the data will be stored, extracted and stored in the memory. That memory area is called the data set, and the connection with database will automatically disconnected, because then in that case we will work with the data set only, not with database directly. So data set, just like a table, it has a number of rows and columns, but it as a memory area. If we perform the operations on the dataset, all the operations are implemented in the memory, not directly in the table. In that case, we have to explicitly write the code that if we make any changes, like we insert a row, we update a row or delete a row, that operations result must be effect on the database, because initially only the dataset will be affected, not a database. That is the advanced part. We will discuss this issue in the next video, but for its simplicity, now go to the code window. In a code window, we have a one variable for the data adapter, because we are using the data adapter, and second one is for the data set, a data set where we will store all the data of our EMP table. Apart from this, we need a connection type variable, that is OLEDB connections, and a string, two string. One contains the query, second contains the connection string value. In a form load, this is the good practice that you must establish the connection in a form load. In a form load, we store the all the connection value which we have earlier copied from the properties. You can see again in a database explorer, if we select the worker MDB. So in a worker MDB properties, there is a first string that is connection string, and there is a path of the connections and value of the connection. You can say we can copy this connections value and we can paste directly here to store all the connection string value. Here one should must be clear that we have a two options. Either of option we can use, either we can use make a established connection by using the database explorer, or we can establish the connection in using a programming. So if we establish the connection using a programming, then we don't need this, we can delete this as well, right? So in a connection string we store the all the connection path, and this connection string value is stored in a OLE connection type object. This is a constructor of this. Now when we click on the load button is used to display all the data in a database in a data grid. In a load string we write a query select star from emp. For your information, I am here opening the tables columns for your reference, otherwise we can delete it. I am repeating again. So I am write the query select star from emp. Now we have initialized the data adapter object by passing the query value and the connection string object. It means this data adapter object will execute the query on the EMP table by using this connection string. When this query will be executed, then all the data will be retrieved, because we are writing that select star from EMP. So for your illusion that these all rows and columns will be extracted by using this query. How we will use this query? We will use the data set. This is the OLEDS data set. We will use the data set to fill the result of this query. This is where the point when all the data will be stored in a memory area, temp memory area, which we call the data set. So a fill function of data adapter fill all the resultant row of EMP table in a data set. Okay, now we have opened the connection. This is all the things. First basic things are most simplest thing to display the data in a data grid is that we will use the reference of the table. What does this mean? If our database has more than one tables, then we can refer those tables by either name or by their index value. That is 0 means first table, 1 means second table, 2 means third table, and so on. Now we are populating the data grid from the data set. What is saying? This statement says that data grid should be filled with the rows. For where is the data source? That is the data sets table. So when this data set tables will in turn execute this in turn execute this, and all the rows will be extracted and data grid will be filled. After that connection will be closed. Now look at this, how this works. If I press on the load, so all the rows of the EMP table will be populated in the data grid. Now we can discuss about data grid. Basically when we use the data grid works like a matrix. It has a number of columns and number of rows there. Similar way, every column has a value. That's this is a 0 column, 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, as well as we write columns in a matrix. Similarly, this is the 0 row, 1 row, and so on. So if we have to refer the 101, then we can say that row 0 data grid 1 dot row 0 and dot column 0. It means the 0th row, 0th column is 101, first row 0th column is 102, and the similar way just work like a matrix. But we are not complicated this. Rather than to referring the index number of rows which are useful later, we can putting the name of the columns, that EMP number, ename, job. We can use these as well, but we don't have any option to refer the row. Instead, we use their values 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. That is the index value of row. So now, when we click on the load, all the query will be executed. Select star from EMP, and all the rows from the EMP table are populated in the data grid. Next one, second one is clear. Clear data grid means if we have to clear the things, so we set the data source is nothing and we clear the rows of the data grid. Let's look at the output. First we have to populate the data grid and then we click on the clear. It will clear all the data grid. Third one. Now third we have a sort. If we have to sort the grid, then we have a sort option in data grid. How it works? Data grid view 1 dot sort. In that case, data grid view 1 dot column 1. Dot column 1 means which column we have to sort. It means we have to sort the E name, because column 0 means EMP number and E name is the column 1, job column 2, and service column 3, so on. And what is the sorting order? It can be ascending or descending, depend upon you want the result. So now click on the play button, load the value, and click on the sort. Sort will sort the E name in the ascending order. You can change this as you are required. Third one is filter. Filter means if we want to display the specific rows having specific values we are interested to display, in that case we can filter the row of data grid with a one thing, that we have to create the data view of the data set. It means we cannot directly filter the data set. Instead of, we have to create a view of the data set, and that view will be the filtered form in our requirement. So that in that case, first we have to create a data set, data view type variable, and when we initialize the data view, then we pass the what is the table, that is values of that table will be used for the data view. Second is what is the field and what value it must contain. In this example, we are filtering the EMP table based on the job field, that it should show all the rows in EMP table where job fields has the value developer. First one. Second one, after filtering, if you want to display the data in a particular order by the same field or by the another field. So in this case, job fields have all the developer values, but these values should be shown in the form of descending order. You can write it ascending order as well. And next is data view state, is that is it should show the current row, that what are the current rows it should implemented on this. So current row will be filtered, and the view will be created and resultant data will be stored in the DB. Now our data grid view source becomes the data view rather than the whole table as you seen in the load button. Here we makes a data source is a data set, but now we have make the data source is a data view for the data grid. Let's take the working example of this. First we have to load the data grid, and now we click on the filter so it will show all the rows which contains the developer value of the job field, and apart from this EMP number will be displayed in the descending order. To end this program we will use the end. This is the basic how we can work with the data grid view. We will discuss how we can basic operations with the data grid view uh, in our next video. For that, please practice this, understand this. Thank you.